Okay, I got it. Hi guys. Igor decided that there is some more important meeting than this one. So Voa, please talk to him. Uh, Good. So yeah, welcome on our next weekly for Sync Pod. I'll just will make a short overview. What do we have for now? We got the wait a second. Uh, we merged at least Voa merged the pull request for source type pull. Honestly, I didn't check it. I mean, we didn't review it in details before, but I today jumped in just to check what was done, and that's really cool. I'm really happy to see this refactoring of our processors and the way how it works now. So thanks a lot for that. Uh, yeah, in addition, I also merged this repeatable, no, not repeatable called. I merged this second, yeah, import status endpoints, and we got directly the new one for second, second. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's very slow. Yeah, here. Repeatable call endpoint. I had no time to check it yet. I'm on it. Just give me a bit time. I will try to review it as fast as possible that we can proceed. And yeah, we got the pull request also from Marian for UID implementation. I see that it's basically only draft for now. I will check it and will write the comments related to the implementation. I guess it's more a refactoring of the stuff that we already had to move it to using the UID everywhere. But yeah, I'll check it. Thanks a lot for that. And yeah, today we have a small presentation. I don't know how big it or small it from Hitarth. So you're welcome to show us yeah your work.
Yeah, hi, Mr. Eisen. Uh, so basically, what I have done is I have just refactoring the source type. First of all, I am not a native English speaker, so let me know. Feel free to talk to me if something is not. I haven't speak it
Yeah, no
clearly.
worries. For now, all good.
Okay, so let me just share my screen. I am a bit new to this, and it might require some extension to be installed.
It's
I'm so sorry for this.
usually it's on the top of the screen. I don't know how it's for you.
Yeah, so able to see my screen?
No. Oh, yep. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so this was the issue. Initially, there was a couple of there are mainly three pull requests for three different processors, and we were facing the same issue. Like I have injected source type to each of these processors, and then I show the issue that like it is duplicating to each and every processors and injecting into the di.xml. So there was a issue to suggest to create another source pull type and injecting persistent processors to process those requests. So based on that, I have created another pool, which is a source pool, which is a different from processor pools, and basically I have rewritten all the codes, all the processor codes 64, which was created by me itself, and then local processors and external source process, external file processor. I have rewritten every processors and injected a persistent processor pool, and I have write it down I have defined um, where's the di.xml. So basically, let me just open the code and so basically uh, I have created the source pool and I have injected the uh, source type, which is a virtual type of the physical source type file, and that is how I have injected. Probably, if later on, probably we need to inject another XML processor or XML file type or something so that we can inject directly with the source type and the MIME to be defined, and that virtual type needs to be injected into the source pool type. In the source pool, so initially idea was to create the abstract processes and extend into all the other processes, but I just got an update that like we are not using the inheritance and we should directly inject the persistent processes into different processes. So I'm taking one example of a base64 encode data processor, and I have done the same thing in all the three different processors. So initially, when I got the content, I am processing the content in the base64. I am converting in base64 into normal content. External files, I am reading the content, and I'm reading the content from external file and putting into the source. And the same way in the local files, I'm reading the content. Basically, I'm reading the content and assigning into the source. And then later on, I call the persistent uploaders process upload to process those source and responses. So within it, I have injected the source pool type, and with the source pool type, I'm defining the I'm getting the source type based on the request that I'm getting, and with the source type, I'm saving the content, I'm saving the source. So um, with the import type source file type, this is the actual file where I've written down everything, generating the file, reading the content, saving the data, processing the source, saving the source, and reading the source again. So the main idea is to uniform everything, saving the data till the processing the resource, processing the source and returning the response. So that was the main idea to create those source pool type.
Cool, thank you very much. That was really nice. And yeah,
Yeah.
looks very good. I know you are now working on a second part of Base64 uploader, if I'm correct.
Yeah, so I'm working on the partial base64 import. I was thinking of implementing those, but I just need to make sure that like we are on the same page and what you guys feel about uh, processing the partial request. So I just I just have a couple of questions before I start implementing it. I have just write it down some steps to be implemented, but haven't been actually implemented. So I was just defining the architecture, how to implement it, and that I have a couple of questions. Can I shoot to have questions and all?
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can ask if you want to. We can discuss here
Yeah.
together.
So basically, see that a processor. Let me just go to that issues. Mm, so there's a partial upload base64. So first, these says it's a dependent issue. So you need to resolve this issue or what it says.
Yeah, wait, give me a second. I just will do it directly. Wait, give me a second. It's number 35. For uploader processing. Yeah, we can just close it. Yeah, okay, I close the issue which is blocking it. I guess it has to be gone. Yep.
Yeah. So that is one thing. The another thing is this is the source interface, right?
Yeah.
So do I need to change into the actual source interface that we have created, or do I need to create a partial source interface?
Good question. Wawa, do you have some thought about this?
Uh, I think probably for me it's more safer for now, as we like probably will send parts of Base64 encoded content, and we can ensure that we like split it just strictly by the string. It's more native to introduce some new source type instead of source interface.
You mean
So
import type? Like don't use Base64 encoded data, but use
no, like instead of source type CSV, it should be like
ah.
some other source type. Then when we like gather all parts together and join them back to like to original content, it's became like base64 encoded CSV file, but not
Yeah,
before.
but we have to know which type we get in, because partial import also can be like XML, which is also split in parts, and we have to know it in initial request.
Mm, Um, so
What if we will use those attributes which are like to leave it like it is? I know, basically, wait, we have a different base64 encoded data to have
um,
another import type for that.
Yeah, and no, yeah, but in this case, we'll need to encode create some proprietary format that will provide all other information inside import data. So
Sorry,
I
I
want.
don't really get you.
Uh,
Uh,
so, for example, we have data URLs that may encode any data, any image, and allow it to embed in HTML or CSS. So it contains like data type, encoding, and so on, and it's like divided by columns, and then actually base64 encoded content of the image. So we may use some similar approach to encode the information in import data, like some UIDs that will identify the whole files that like split it into several chunks and like encoding and so on.
So you
And
mean
this will,
basically, yeah,
yeah,
okay.
it's in case if we prefer introducing some custom import type data.
So like to provide this pieces count, piece number inside of the import data, you mean?
Sorry, may I repeat?
To provide those pieces count, piece number attributes, like inside of the import data.
Yes.
What about, I mean, okay, that's like one way. What about to use like extension attributes for that?
Uh, it would be pretty weird if you use extension attributes for entities that declare it in the same module. So extension
Yeah,
attributes should be used like if you want to extend some entities that is declared that not owned by us but provided by some other modules, and we want just
yeah,
to
okay.
add something to this entity.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's also true. No, because that's not basically if we like giving a possibility to developers to find their own processors for upload the files. So that can be also like one step like separate processor not related to the usual base64 encoded data, but like own one. And in this case, there is a sense to move this like an extension attributes because it's like standalone importer. But I also agree that if you're doing it like a part of the system itself, extension attributes not a very good way here to use.
Usually.
Okay,
Liza, I
so
know.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry. I have another question. See, uh, partial upload only works with the base64 encode files, or probably we can use it with the different local files as well. If someone wants to import files and just wants to create one source type with the different files, then they can post single files as well and start import as one file.
Yeah, good point. So probably let's consider possibility to just introduce new additional new interface, which will be like call it partial source, and we'll figure out what fields should be added to this interface. Just so the goal is to create some interface that allow us to send any contain by parts regarding what its source type and what import type is used.
Okay. And then data hash and piece count and piece number and everything will be there, right? With the partial source interface.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
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 Okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah. And then rest of the things are the same. Source pool and the source type pool and processor pool and everything will use the same thing.
I would say yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Good. Good. Do you have more questions for now?
Not yet. Not yet. I mean, see, I'll start work on it and probably eventually I'll get some questions. I know I'll have questions, but probably when I start working on it, probably I'll have more questions.
Yeah, good. Okay, good. Okay. So yeah, then there will be contribution day this Saturday in Ukraine. I will be there, so till that I will try to prepare some tickets for this day. So I would ask if there is a ticket which has a label contribution day, please don't take it for now. Because I won't like distribute it to the guys, because I talked to GraphQL guys and they challenge that they're making a ticket for contribution day and they directly taken by somebody. So I would better delete the labels after I'll back on Monday. Good. Any other questions from you guys? Then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so we were talking on Slack, right? We were chatting on Slack about test cases, scenarios, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Are you covering into the contribution for the contribution, or probably it's for us or
No, yeah, I thought about this. I will make some tasks for the testing and I will present it on contribution day because usually they're not too complex and they're quite nice for contribution day when you can make during the day one or two tasks. So yeah, I will do them and I will also label them and I will remove label on Sunday or on Monday. So the tickets that will not be taken by somebody, I will remove them. I mean, I will remove the labels and then you can take it if you want to.
Okay.
Deal. Then, yeah, it was nice to see you and see you next week then. Thanks a lot for your time. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Oh,
Bye.
Anton is back. Bye. Oh, you have to ask Igor to stop.